Okay, welcome back guys, Clash Fitness. Now, as I explained on the previous video, we've split Q&A into two today. It helps you guys sort of consume the content and it helps me edit it together, especially not having any internet. So this video I've split out into like running, Vibram 5 fingers and general sort of workout questions, but mainly around running and Vibram 5 fingers. But let's see how successfully I managed to do this, because again, not having the internet isn't making this the easiest thing to do. The Pickle Adventures, and as usual, put your questions down below for next week and they will get answered. The Pickle Adventures. I'm transitioning from half to full marathon. My half is 1:24. Is that quick enough to aim for a sub-3 full? What tips do you have for transitioning to the full in terms of training approach? Thank you, Steve. 1:24 is definitely a good time. When I was training for a sub-3, I was on 1:23.07 was my PB, and I only got fitter from there, to be perfectly honest. Follow a sub-3 hour marathon plan. You can find many on the internet. Find one that works well with your mentality, your routine, and just stick to it. It's all about really keeping the speed whilst up in the miles. So if you're following a sub-3 hour program, you're probably going to be doing excuse me, longer runs at a slower pace, but you're going to have, I don't know, maybe you'll be out for a 90-minute run at a slower pace, and then the last half an hour will be at marathon pace, and then you'll have some excruciating sprints that go over 10 miles, hill repeats. There'll be some devastating stuff in there. You've got to work on speed and also distance, and following a plan really is the only way that you're going to crack that. What I fell down on in the end, due to my wife being heavily pregnant at the time, about 2 months before the event, or maybe 2 or 3 months before the event, I actually hit a peak. I ran an amazing half marathon, and from there there's like complications with pregnancy and things like that, and I just had less and less time. I was still training speed, but I wasn't training the distance, and basically what happened was I blew up at mile 20. I was on, and I was running too fast as well, so two things. I got to, what was it, mile 20, I was on for something ridiculous like a 2:54 or something like that, and just totally blew up. So it's all about pacing. Stick to your pacing, but stick to your training plan. So race day is one thing, but sticking to your training plan. Sub-3 hour plan, absolutely crush it. Be prepared for long sessions, put the miles in the legs. You're going to have to go through the pain barrier, but if you're running a 1:24, you're already accustomed to that, so much power to you. I relate to you. Good luck with it, enjoy it, and you'll be absolutely smashing it. Martin Cheatle, my man. You mentioned sweet potatoes a lot these days. Have you cut out normal potatoes? So this should probably be in the last Q&A. I eat both. Probably am eating more sweet potatoes than normal potatoes at the minute. Not really any reason, to be honest. I just really like sweet potatoes at the minute. I'll go back to normal potatoes. I also like those new purple sweet potato things. So I just love potatoes. Any potato will do. I'm not off of normal potatoes. I've always loved sweet potatoes. I've always loved normal potatoes. Today for lunch I had slightly hungover again, as I said on the last one with my triathlon mates last night. I had a normal potato, a sweet potato, and a bowl of beans with nutritional yeast on top of that. Lovely. And am I going to the running show in the NEC on the 20th of Jan? I'm contemplating it. So I'm currently in talks with Primal Lifestyle, the Vibram suppliers, and I was thinking about meeting those guys at the event, but I might meet them in London beforehand just because it's more convenient for me. So will I go to the running event? Maybe. Who's going from the Clash community to the running event? If there's enough of you going, maybe I'll go along and wander around and see if I bump into any of you guys. Come give me a high five. Scott Bailey, another question for you. So Scott, I think is hi. I'll say what I was thinking in a minute. Hi Steve, another question for you. I wear Vibram 5 fingers on the run and Vivo barefoot stealth for my track work and short tempo runs. My mileage in these are 6 miles, and just at the moment my longer runs I use Altra Paradigm 3. Just wondered if you could advise me on how to increase the mileage with Vibram/Vibro without injuring myself, as the dream is to run marathon and full marathons in these shoes. I'm just looking through and I think I've lost one from a man from NYC. So if I have, the guy that runs in rock salt in bare feet, I think I've missed your question out, so I'll try and get around to that next week, so I do apologise for that. But Scott Bailey, so what is the question? 6 miles max, how to build up to what, half marathon and full marathons in barefoot running shoes. It's just as you would with any running in any shoe. You know, if I was running those ridiculous padded high heel things and I wanted to go from like 6 miles to half marathon to marathon, I'd build myself up gradually. I'd follow a plan and I'd get there. So too many people overthink this. Like, oh, I'm running fine in short distance in barefoot shoes. A lot of people out there will just tell you that's all you can run. They're just for short distances, they'll tell you. They've never run in them. Or they've never run anything other than short distances. They've never tried. It's the same with any shoe. It's no different. You build yourself up slowly, build the miles up slowly, and you will be absolutely flying in your barefoot running shoes, whether it's Vivos or whether it's Vibrams or whatever it is. You build yourself up slowly and you're all good. There's many people on this channel that run ultras, 100-mile ultras in Vibram 5 fingers and barefoot running shoes. Not a problem at all. You just build yourself up gradually as you would running in any shoe if you were new to that distance. It is no different. Follow a plan, listen to your body. If you need to heal or rest or stretch or massage, do all those things, but don't treat it any differently just because it's a barefoot running shoe. You don't want to get stuck in that mentality of, you know, of thinking it's any different. It isn't. Don't listen to the haters. There's plenty of people, and over on the Steve Calclash community on Facebook, the new one, there's plenty of barefoot conversations going on there. Plenty of people, as I say, that run super long distances, longer than me. I've never run over 27 miles in them, but there's, as I say, people that run 100+ miles in them. So come over to the community, speak to those guys. It's all good. Bliss Monkey. Hey Mr. No Sheep, any tips / methods for getting rid of plantar fasciitis in the heel? So as you know, as I started back on my, or I don't know if you've been, how many of my videos you watched, but when I started back on this big man to Iron Man journey, I had plantar fasciitis in my left foot. Hands are freezing in this shed, and it has gradually worn away. It's gone. Touch wood. How did I get rid of it? Really, I just was sensible with it. What caused it was an imbalance. So from carrying my son always on my left side, an imbalance there, then doing all the heavy weights, squats, etc. Wasn't helping it, like slight imbalance, and that led just to all the way down to plantar fasciitis. Lots of stretching, cold, if you've got, like, I don't drink Coca-Cola or anything like that, but if you put a cold Coke can in the fridge or the freezer, and then you can sort of roll your foot out with that, that really helps. Get a golf ball, see a physio, rest, stretch, take it easy, build yourself up gradually again, and it will go away. It's really painful, really frustrating thing when it gets warmed up. So in the morning it's going to hurt way more than when you're up and about. So once you actually get moving and it gets warm, it becomes much easier to do things on it too. So don't be too put off by it. It hurts, it sucks, but you will get over it. Roll it, massage it with a golf ball or something like that, stretch, see a physio, and you should be all good. Guys, that is it for Q&A. There's plenty to come. Ironman training to do. You guys have got lots to do. Get over to the Calclash Fitness community on Facebook. Get involved, support each other. My camera battery's flashing at me, so I need to wrap this up now. Guys, you know what to do by now. Keep it rolling.